Hi, I'm Todd Friedman, and today we're going to be venturing into the world of startup/small business patent law. Okay, so why start a patent law? Entrepreneurs and small business owners need to protect their inventions and ideas. There are numerous numbers of inventions created every day. People coming up with new ideas, people wanting to pursue those ideas, make them realities. When someone comes up with an idea for an invention, they generally want to protect that idea and make sure that no one steals it or copies it or does anything to try to make that idea their own. So what do? They apply for a patent. A patent is a way to make sure that your ideas are protected. According to the United States Patent and Trademark Office, a patent for an invention is the grant of a property right to an investor. Basically saying that a patent gives the owner of that patent the right to enforce it. So there are many different types of patents. There's utility patents, design patents, and plant patents. Utility patents are granted to anyone who invents or discovers any new or useful process, machine, article of manufacture, or composition of matter, or any new or useful improvement thereof. A design patent may be granted to anyone who invents a new, original, or ornamental design for an article manufacturer, and plant patents may be granted to anyone who invents or discovers and reproduces asexually any distinct and new variety of plant. Then there are provisional and non-provisional patents. Provisional patent is basically a claim stating that once a patent is filed as in a provisional stage, the owner of that patent has 12 months to apply and make that patent a reality, where it becomes a non-provisional patent. So, once you have your patent, you apply for it, pay the fees, and assuming everything goes as smoothly as planned, you own it. Now what? Well, there's the next step you would do is grabbing an IP lawyer. An intellectual property lawyer is a person of law who specializes in helping clients maintain and enforce patents, copyrights, trademarks, other things of that nature. Let's say someone wanted to steal your patent or copy it. With that lawyer and with that patent, you can enforce that you own the right to that design, and if you wanted to, sue the person and enforce your patent. So, now that we've learned the basics of patents, let's apply them to a real-life situation in which small businesses were affected and ultimately could have gone out of business due to patents. Fender Guitars applied for design patents on 3 of their guitar body shapes: the Stratocaster, the Telecaster, and the Precision Bass. Fender has been manufacturing these guitars since the 1950s, but only applied for these patents in 2003. This is well over 50 years of continuous manufacture of these body shapes, not by them, but by pretty much the entire guitar manufacturing industry. Fender secretly applied for these patents, and if they had been granted, would effectively put the majority of the world's guitar manufacturers out of business, which would not have been good. So, as soon as these small guitar manufacturers and luthiers found out about this, 17 of the biggest ones banded together to fight off these patent applications under the control and guidance of Ron Beanstalk, Esquire of Beanstalk and Michael. Now, what Ron and these manufacturers did were put together a series of testimonies, depositions, and facts from expert witnesses about how these patented body shapes were at this point so common that it would have been impossible for these small-time manufacturers to be forcefully ripping Fender off. And after many years of deliberation and waiting on the appeals board to make its decision in April 2009, it was confirmed that these 3 patents for the 3 guitar body shapes from Fender would not be granted. During this project, I found that the Reddit r/startup was probably the most effective, or tied with one of the most effective ways to research startup patent law. Specifically, the 2 links listed here, 20 things you should know about technology patents, and patent trolls, intellectual property, and protecting awesome innovation, were extremely helpful in aiding research. Also, the United States Patent and Trademark Office website has pretty much everything you need to know, from the basics to the very fine specific details about applying for patents, enforcing patents, help with patents in general, what the difference between all the different types of patents are, etc., etc. Also, the Fender court case decision, which is also found on the United States Patent and Trademark Office website, was extremely helpful in this case. So what can we take away from learning from patent law? 1. Protect your design from the get-go. Unlike Fender, if you protect your design very early on, get a patent for it, and enforce it, people will have a very, very hard time trying to steal your design and getting away with it. The second thing, do your research. Make sure before you file your patent, all of your blueprints and designs are correct, all of your fees are ready to be filed correctly, and you're willing to be ready to maintain and enforce that patent whenever your patent expiration date is up within 17, 14, or 20 years. And arguably the most important takeaway from patent law is get a solid IP lawyer. These people know what they're doing. They do this for a profession, and they honestly have spent more time in the library researching patent law than anyone would care to ever do. So they know what they're talking about, and they get paid for this for a living. And finally, if I were to recommend an activity for patent law research, I would research a current or past appeal or lawsuit. Learning from the experiences of others can greatly benefit you in the future. You don't want to be stuck in the same boat as someone else and not have known about it, and not have known about the resources and different types of actions you can take to make sure you are not in a hot pickle when it comes to someone stealing your patents. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed learning about patents as much as I did.